We've got our first video lesson, which I'm going to try and do on a regular basis. And this is going to be for Maths 2.1 on Tuesday the 17th of March. We've got a double lesson after lunch. I'm hoping you guys can see this video and then try some exercises. We'll see how this goes. I'll probably refine my technique as I go along. Hopefully by the end of the week I'll be very professional. But today we're looking at a brand new topic, and the topic is called sets. And sets are just groups of things. So groups of items, there could be groups of people, groups of numbers, groups of things, groups of letters. It's just a group of things. And in this topic, we have to be able to describe groups, compare groups, draw diagrams of groups. You get groups of like different numbers in a Venn diagram, and I'll show you some Venn diagrams in a minute. Let's just have a look at a particular set. So this is a set. This is the numbers which are prime numbers less than 30. So we've got 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23 and 29. And we usually put it in curly brackets. There's like brackets on either end of it. You can list them all, or you could just write a description. But a set is particularly a group of items. And usually we just list them individually with commas in between. And they can be called anything, A, B, C, whatever. And we put a description of the set in curly brackets, but we can also describe other things about the set. So this part here, it says n of A, and n of A means the number of things there are in that group. So here there are 10 numbers, so n of A is equal to 10. It's just the number of things there are in that group. What's next? Okay, say if we had a different group here, we've got B, and we've got C as well, and we're going to have to try and combine these two ideas together. So we've got B, which is this group here. We've got 3, 6, 9, 12, all the way up to 27. These are all numbers in the 3 times table, less than 30. C is a smaller group. These are numbers that are less than 20, which are in the 4 times table, so there's only 4 of them, 4, 8, 12 and 16. I've said less than 20, so I'm not including 20. And here I've said less than 30, so I'm not including 30. And the number of things in B, there are 9 different items. And the number of things in C, there's 4 of them, just 4 of them. What I'm interested in though is what is in A, not in A, what is in B and in C? Or what is in B or in C? And we can use symbols to sort of shorten that idea down. So if this is B and C again, same sets, we can describe 2 different things. This is the union of the 2, which are items which are in B or in C. So it can be any of the numbers, it doesn't matter which one they're in, it could be in here or in here. It basically includes everything. 4 is in both, no not 4, what is it, 12 is in both of them. So 12 is definitely in them, 3 is in B, 4 is in C. All of these are in B or in C, which is basically everything in that list and everything in that list. I've only included 12 once though. You don't have to put things down twice. These are just all the items which are in B or in C. Here I've got a different symbol. This symbol here, which is like the upside down version of that, that's the union. This is an N sort of shape, it's an upside down union shape. And these are items which are in B and C. And there's only one thing which is in B and C, and that's 12. And this is called the intersection. The intersection is talking about things which are in this one and this one. And I always remember that there's like an N there, so it's like B and C. It's things which are in B and C. And these 2 symbols are useful to know because you get questions that combine 2 different sets together. So you've either got something in B or in C, and that's called the union. We've got something which is B and in C, which is the intersection. And you can draw a little diagram of this sort of thing. Let me see if I can get a diagram. Say if I had a Venn diagram, this is called a Venn diagram. And you could have a group which is sort of in a circle. So this could be the items which are in set B. This could be the items which are in set C. And I previously had loads of items in B. So we had like 3, 6, 9, 12 was in both of them. 15, 18, 21, 24 and 27. C also had 4 and 8 and 16. So in the middle here we have the intersection, that's things which are in B and they're in C. If you want to know the union, it's everything there. It's anything that's in B or in C, so it basically includes everything. When you have a Venn diagram, you have something that's called the universal set. And the universal set is written with a big E. And the universal set can have lots of different descriptions, but it basically includes everything which is in that entire box. So if I had a question that was involving, let me see, I've got something here. This universal set, I could have everything in my box in my Venn diagram, and it's going to have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then here I've defined the set A is just the numbers 2, 3, and 4. The set B are the numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. In my Venn diagram, I've got them all here listed somewhere. And I've got 2, 3, and 4 from A, 5, 6, 7, 3, and 4 which are in B. And in between I've got 3 and 4 which are in both. But there's also the numbers 1 and 8. 1 and 8 were in the universal set. That's the entire box, contains everything in the universal set. But these two weren't in those two sets. So the universal set, which is that sort of funny symbol, the E, is everything which is in the entire diagram. That's useful to know. Sometimes you have a situation where you're describing what's going on, and sometimes there's like an overlap and nothing's in that overlap. So here I've got the sets A, B, and C. These are new A, B, and C. A is just the numbers 1 to 5, B has some larger numbers, C has a mixture. And I can describe what's going on with the union. So this is things which are in A or B, which is basically everything in A and B. A or B, this one is A and B. This is strictly what is in A and in B. So 3, 4, and 5. Because, sorry, A and C. So that's 3, 4, and 5, 3, 4, and 5. They appear in both of them. Those are the only things that appear in both of them. This one is the things which are in B and C. So we've got a 20 and 100 appears in both of them. But if you have A and B, there is nothing in A and B. So we use this symbol here, the empty set. And the empty set is a short way of writing nothing really, because there's nothing which is in both A and B. And in my Venn diagram up here, you can see there's absolutely nothing in between those two. Nothing which is in A and in B. So the empty set is a good symbol to know. There's all sorts of different symbols hanging around here. We've got the empty set, we've got the intersection, which is another way of saying and, we've got the union, which is another way of saying or, we've got the number of things in a particular set. We've also got this one. This one is a new one which I haven't mentioned yet. A dash means things which are not inside A. It's like the opposite of A. And this one here is describing something that's inside a set. This is saying 3 is a member of the set A, or 3 belongs to A. And we also have the universal set, of course. And the universal set is everything in your entire question or your entire diagram. The universal set. Okay. What I want you to do for the remainder of the time in your class is I want you to do some practice. And there are some nice easy questions on page 281, which just sort of gets you used to the idea of sets and groups and things which are in both groups or things which are not in both groups. And then when you get to exercise 2, you have more formal symbols using the or and the and symbols. And I want you to try and answer all these questions. And I want you to try and answer them on paper, take a photo, and then email them to me. I want to try and check your work. So no matter where you are, I want to be able to have a look at what you've done and let me know, and you can ask me questions. So I'll be available during the lesson to answer questions, and I'll try and maybe answer them as quickly as I can live online. So you can use your computers, you can email me back, and you can check the questions. And I'll send more instructions. Bye.